Hello guys, my name is Rosyana Hartining Putri. I'm from class A1 Denpasar. Now I would like to presentation about conditional and subjunctive. First, I would like to explain about conditional sentence. If clause, in simple terms, a conditional sentence is a compound sentence that contains condition regarding a presupposition, imagination, or an event that has not yet occurred. Conditional sentence have four types. The first is type 0, type 1, type 2, and type 3. And then now I would like to explain about type 0. This type of sentence is used when the result or consequence of a condition is realized, explaining a general truth and scientific fact. This sentence is usually in the form of present tense with the formula if plus simple present and then simple present. Okay, you can see the example, and then if you don't brush your teeth, you get syphilis. It is like this the truth. If you don't brush your teeth, you will get syphilis. And then when people smoke cigarettes, their health suffers. When people smoke cigarette, their health will suffer. Like when is like a if, and then the simple present in here is when people smoke cigarette. If you don't brush your teeth, and then the next simple present is you get syphilis, and then their health suffers. Next, conditional sentence type 1. The first conditional sentence is a form of conditional sentence that is used when the outcome or consequence has the possibility to occur in the future. This can happen because there are still realistic conditions that make sense for the possibility to occur. Therefore, the sentence form of this first type of conditional sentence has the form of a simple future sentence. You can see for the example, I will cook dinner tonight if you clean the house. And then if you rest, you will better. If you set your mind to a goal, you will eventually achieve it. The last, if it rains, I will stay at home. You can use pattern if, simple present, simple future, and then will, simple present is always use will, and then bar in infinitive is verb 1. If you rest, that's simple present. If is still if, and then because the pattern if plus simple present, simple future will, and bar infinitive in here is mean like verb 1. If you set your mind to goal, you will eventually achieve it. If you set your mind to a goal is simple present, you will eventually achieve it is simple future. You can see will over there. Next, conditional sentence type 2. Second conditional sentence are a type of conditional sentence that I use when the outcome or consequence has only the hope of being realized, even though the possibility is very small. So it can be said that the second type of conditional sentence is not necessarily the case but can also be true. In this sentence, the formula used is if, simple present, all were, would, could, or might, and then bar infinitive here is verb 1. And then you can see for the example, if I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. If you have $1 billion, you want to travel to the moon. Like this possibility and never do it, that this just dreaming. So the fact you don't have $1 billion and then you can come to the moon. This just possibility. You understand? Okay, good. If I were you, I would continue my study. If you were, you can continue my study. If I had time, I would go with you. If I had time, I want to go with you. Like this possibility, you busy with your job and I busy with my job. And then I hope we can go when I had time and I would go with you. And then if you want to writing the sentence, you make the sentence of conditional sentence 2, conditional type 2. You can use pattern if plus simple past or were, could, would, might, and bar infinitive. Bar infinitive in here is mean like verb 1. Next, conditional sentence type 3. The third conditional sentence is a conditional sentence when a condition is not possible at all. This can be described as a very impossible condition or just a dream or imagination. In this third type of conditional sentence, the form of the sentence uses the past perfect, which is equipped with auxiliary modals such as would, could, and should. The formula used is if, past perfect, would, should, could, might, plus have, plus past participle. For the example is, if you had remembered to invite me, I would have attended your party. So this I think it's not to be possible at all, because if you remember to invite me, I will go to your party. But this just my hope you want to invite me, but the fact is you don't invite me, you not remember with me. We might have gone to South America if she had not been pregnant. If you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. I had cleaned the house. I could have gone to the movies. And then you can see the sentence with any if in the first sentence and I would. And then the second example is might, using might. And then if. And the third example is using if and would. And the last sentence if and could. That's because the pattern is past perfect. Would, should, could, might, have, plus have, and past participle. The next material is subjunctive. The subjunctive is a form of prepositions that use with, as if, as to, or would rather. The subjunctive is one of the three forms of verbs in English. This verb form is usually used to express a desire, attention, or something that might not necessarily happen. The function of the subjunctive are express requirements or needs or suggestions, expressing urgency or importance, and state a different state with a presupposition. And then we have four types of subjunctive here. The first is future subjunctive, past subjunctive, past perfect subjunctive, and the last is suggestion. And then the first I would like to explain about future subjunctive. In the subjunctive wish, it is used to express a wish. You could say this is a supposition that might not have happened or has happened. For the example is, I wish he were here to repair my computer. I wish she would stop my horrible things. And the last one is, I wish that I didn't have to go to class today. This is, you can use pattern subject and then wish, subject plus wish, if, as wish, as if, as to, would rather, plus subject to, and then would or could, and then verb 1 and the future adverb. And then you can see which one, for the example number 1, you can see which one the subject. Can you guess? Okay, the subject 1 is I. Good. And then the which is subject 1 too. And then the subject 1 too is like the subject 1 is mean like wish, if, as took, would, rather, and then the subject 2 would or could, and verb 1 or future adverb. I wish he were here to repair my computer. Subject 1 is I wish he were here to repair, and then the subject 2 is my computer. Can you get it, guys? Okay, can you guess the second example? Which one the subject? Which one the subject 1? Which one the subject 2? Can you? Okay, great. I will do next the material. Okay, the second material is past subjunctive. The use of as if and as to can be said to be a past form or past subjunctive. This is because the event that happened has a past or has already happened. For the example is, my friends looked at as took she had seen a ghost. The old man dresses as if it were summer even in the winter. And the last example is, Siti eats much as if she had not eaten for a month. And then the subject 1 is wish, if, as took, would, rather, and the subject 2 just using past and verb 2 like look at, dresses, eaten. So we using word 2, the pattern. The pattern is subject 1 and then the subject 2. The subject 1 have a part like wish, if, as took, would, rather, and the subject 2 plus past plus verb 2 and were. My friends look at as took she had seen a ghost, and then my friends look at as took. Can you guess subject 1 or subject 2? Correct, subject 1, and then she had seen a ghost. Can you guess? Correct, that's a subject 2. The old man dresses as if it were summer even in winter. Can you guess this one? Okay, I can give you 3 seconds to guess it. Okay, correct. And then I would like to next. Past perfect subjunction. Subjunctive. Would rather is also included in the past subjunctive, where the subject in the sentence is different from the subject that follows the verb. This can happen when we talk about that we want to someone else to do something. Like you need someone to do something for you. For the example is, she would rather that he wasn't too angry. And then she would rather you come another time. Bruno would rather Icarus didn't stay so late at the office. The pattern in here, if you want to make a sentence about past perfect subjunctive, is subject 1 is subject 1 plus wish, if, as took, would, rather, and the subject 2 past perfect, just perfect. And then you can see the example. She would rather he wasn't so angry. And then subject 1 is would, she would, and then the subject 2, he wasn't so angry. Can you guess now the third example? Bruno would rather that Icarus didn't stay so late at the office. Can you guess which one the subject 1 and this one the subject 2? Can you? Okay, you are amazing, guys. I hope you understand. Okay, next. And the last one is suggestion. In the use of the past present subjunctive is in a dependent clause, where the independent clause use verbs ask, command, demand, determine, incite, order, purpose, recommend, regret, request, require, and suggest to express needs and suggestion. For the example is, I recommend that you take a cooking class. The doctor suggests that white rice be replaced with brown rice. Like in suggestion, just we need to ask, or we have a suggestion for anyone. Can you understand? So can you give me one example about one example sentence about suggestion? Okay, I give you 5 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What is that? Good. Okay, nice. You understand what I mean? Okay, and then the last one is difference between conditional and subjunctive. You can see like conditional and subjunctive is like the same, like she talking about the future, but not the future is just dreaming, like just not yet will be in the future, like possibility. And then this is the difference between conditional and subjunctive. The key difference between conditional and subjunctive is that conditional sentences are used to express conditions that are real or unreal, while subjunctive is used to express unreal situation. Now you can see this one. We explain about unreal, and unreal situation just a possibility. Maybe that's not can be happening, that just dreaming. And then conditional and subjunctive are somewhat complex grammar lesson in any language. Both are mainly used with hypothetical situation or situation that have not yet taken place. In the English language, conditional sentence usually contain the word if, but subjunctive do not have such markers. Like if you want to make a sentence about conditional and subjunctive, and the first sentence you must read if. Okay, can you understand, guys? I need to test you if you understand what I explaining all, and then my material is enough for today. I have a material about conditional and subjunctive. I have a 10 question you can answer in my Google form. I will fill my link on my description video. Okay, thank you for watching me, thank you for listening me. I hope you understand what I mean, and then goodbye.